Hi, I'm Jeff Dixon. I am also known as Dixon on Disney because that is a series of books that I have written that are novels that are set and take place within the Walt Disney World Resort. They build upon the life and history of Walt Disney, and then it adds a whole layer of mystery and a thriller aspect to it, and a whole world that we create on top of very real, factual things. The book itself is called Faction, where fact and fiction blend together. And along the way, we discover some historical stuff, and we discover a mystery that we unravel. I love that kind of detail. And that kind of detail is what I have in my office, where over the years, a number of people have given and shared with me things that have got some type of Disney tie. And as I've written more books along the way, and then 2 nonfiction books on top of that about Disney, I've amassed a collection, so we call it the Dixon on Disney Archives. I want to show you this first thing, which is a sign. This is a sign where it says Mickey Mouse presents a Walt Disney film. Mickey Mouse starring in Lonesome Ghosts. It's a film. It stars Goofy and Donald and Mickey. And long before there were Ghostbusters, the same premise takes place in this short animated feature. As always, Mickey, and Goofy, and Donald are getting into a bit of trouble, and they're trying to make a buck. And so they advertise, they run an ad in the paper that they will exterminate or get rid of ghosts in your home. Just so happens that in a haunted house, there are a bunch of ghosts who read that and decide they want to play with the boys. And so they make the phone call and invite the boys to come and chase out the ghost. And so before Ghostbusters ever existed, this is the first ghost-busting film, and it's a cartoon, animated cartoon, a Disney short. I not only have that, though, but I also have this. Both of these are, to me, very cool, exciting parts of the collection. Because Lonesome Ghost was released in a variety of ways. And one of the ways that Lonesome Ghost became available, no sound to it, but it was made available for Super 8 color movie projectors to be used in the home. This is that film. This is the actual film of Lonesome Ghost as it was released back in the day when people had Super 8 projectors, and they would hook this up and they could watch, run it forward, run it backwards. Sometimes it was better to run it backwards. And they could enjoy the Disney animated feature on demand, if you will, in their homes. And this was the technology of the day that allowed them to use it. There are a number of films or film clips or short films that were released that way. And it allowed people to have access to beloved things like Mickey, Goofy, and Donald, a Disney film, and have them in their own home. If you think about it, we've come a long way since then. When that original short came out, it wasn't available to anyone anywhere except in the theater. And then over time, it was shown on television. And then, over time, it was made available to those that had this type of technology in their homes. Fast forward, the day of the VHS tape comes along. The Blu-ray disc comes along. DVDs come along. And then we live in a world now where media is available on demand streaming. And this very film, probably right now, can be seen on Disney+. Times change. But at each era of history, what was created was made available to be accessed by people who wanted to see it and use it. The product was one that they wanted to have. And so, at each era, something new was done to make that happen and make that possible. It was said of Walt Disney that he was a man who had his feet firmly planted, one in the past and in nostalgia, and the other firmly planted in the future. Always pushing the envelope with new technologies, new delivery systems, and new ways of getting his product of family entertainment into the hands of the people who needed to be entertained or desired to be entertained, the family. These films, like this, are reminders of that. Most people don't have a projector anymore that will run these. So the value is really in the memory, but also there's value in learning the lesson that times will change, technology will change, and the way that we receive information will change, but yet along the way, if we're wise and if we're willing, we can embrace that and make some amazing discoveries and enjoy the things that are out there in a way that will honor God and allow us to strengthen and push the envelope of who we are and who we were created to be. Thanks for joining me here in the archives. I look forward to joining you again here next time.